Alright guys, welcome back to Night Call. I just got done playing 5 dates, and I need a palate cleanser. I need to get back to my mysteries. So, we are back with Night Call. So last time we found out that these blinking dudes, they are... Also, you're gonna see me look over here a lot. And when I do that, I'm checking to make sure my mic is working, because for some reason with this game, and only this game, my mic cuts out randomly. And I don't know why it does that. I couldn't even begin to guess, so I'm going to be checking over here regularly, see if I'm actually still coming through. We found out these blinking dudes are suspects to a murder that we were also almost a victim of, to a serial killer. Well, not victims, suspects, yeah, to a murder, to be a murderer, serial killer of the, blah, 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 you guys get it. We have 400 pounds, so we're doing well. Or euros, why do I keep saying pounds? I just got done playing a British game. 5 dates, so... we're low on gas. Who do I want to talk to? I mean, yeah, let's go with the suspect. I mean, that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to find the dude who did it. Hervé Ralio. Hey, pal, can you help me out? 19... See, none of this means anything to me. I don't know, like, what's a good fare and what's not. But I'll accept. Because he's a suspect. The door opens. It's Hervé, a homeless man like hundreds of others in Paris. You've known each other for years, and every now and then he asks a favor of you to drive him to someplace. Okay, so we know each other, and we suspect him possibly of almost killing us. I don't know about that. As usual, he greets you quietly, though he always seems a little on edge. Hey buddy, what's up, pup? He has a strange verbal tick that you've never really understood. You start the cab. You look in the rearview mirror, and you realize the homeless man is clutching his left side. Well, alright already, Freddy. Is everything alright? Gives you a vague answer. Yeah, sure, fine. A pause. You can't help but making a face. Hear this music? Yeah, I'll insist. Let's insist. We've been pretty, like, you know, casual about it, but you're not really looking great. I got in a little fight last night with this guy. That's all taken care of now. All taken care of. He smiles, revealing a row of bad teeth. You don't want to see a doctor? What kind of fight? Who's the guy? Say nothing. Yeah, what kind of fight, dude? With the wave of his hand, he changes the subject. Ah, who gives a shit about what kind of fight it was? All you need to know is he took something that belonged to me, and he paid the price. He closes his eyes for a moment. So yeah, it wasn't all that bad. But if you let someone steal your stuff, you're done for, sure? You have to show him that you're tough, that you're a big shot. He pulls a sour smile. Sometime later, your passenger clears his throat. You wouldn't happen to have a little something to drink, would you? You know, like they do in those newfangled cabs these days. Chauffeur-driven cars. Yeah, that's right. I don't have anything, sorry. Reminds me of Better Call Saul. Spoilers for Better Call Saul. The cab driver gave him water painted with barbiturates. I don't mean water, you know. You smile. I realize that. He sighs. Usually you're not such a pain. I'm gonna say nothing here. He loses himself in thought. As you drive along, you see him struggling to keep his eyes open. They are more often shut than open now. Turn up the heat. With the taxi symbol. What? Do I mean literally, like, I'm gonna turn up the heating in the taxi? Or am I going to, like, question him more? What does that mean? All I know is this music is fucking sick. I want to know what this means. Your passenger's head jerks back up. Oh, I literally turned on the heating. Okay. Oh, you're a really good guy, you know? Yo. Your passenger gives you a sleepy smile. Hey. Serious, you don't mind if I get a little shut-eye on the way, do you? Yeah, I do mind. I gotta question you. You nod. Enjoy. He gives you a smile, but it's still a painful grimace. Next thing you know, he's sound asleep. You continue to drive in silence, soothed by the warm air of the car heater. You pull up in front of a nondescript gray building. Your passenger immediately wakes up and looks around. Shit, this is great. I'm first. Where are we? An organization that hands out clothes for winter. I heard they're going to open a new... A pause, he's searching for the right word. A new shop, you could say. I'm the first one, huh? When does it open? 2 days from now. Your eyes widen, your passenger gives a little laugh. Don't worry, I'll have plenty to keep me busy. He pats his pant pocket. I found some books, one on yoga, and then a book about an old handsome dude. You know, the guy who talks on radio? It'll help pass the time. He gives you a tap on the shoulder. He reaches for the door and stops short, overcome with a spasm of pain. Fuck. Are you okay? Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, dude, you're gonna be sitting out here for 2 days? With a wound? You're gonna fucking die. It's raining. Yeah, I'm taking you to the hospital, bro. No, I'm good. He opens the door and climbs gingerly out. And, thanks for turning up the heat. That was nice. This guy didn't fucking do it. Are you kidding me? This guy's a methodical serial killer? Next thing you know, he disappeared down a dark street. You sigh and start the cab. Any money for that? That sucks, but... I mean, I wanted to know more about a potential suspect. That guy didn't... How is he a methodical serial killer? I mean, they were trying to make it sound like, oh, he got in a fight. Definitely he did the killings. No, he didn't. There's this dude. I mean, yeah, let's just go through the suspects. Why not? Not sure why, but on this... Oh, a bus filled with soccer fans is slugging on the road. A kid waves at you from a seat. You wave back. Hero Bataz. I'm too drunk to drive. Fair enough. You pull up in front of an address with the central office he gave you. A crepe joint. A popular one by the looks of the line spilling out the door and onto the sidewalk. You sit for a moment, the door opens and a group of 30-somethings comes into view. All the men and women are dressed alike, sporty, running shoes, jeans, small shoulder bags. They're officers from the Paris Anti-Crime Squad in plain clothes. You sigh, they're brutish types. One who likes to race, tackle, clobber. Ones who ruined the afternoons you spent wandering around Paris in your teens. After a bit, one of them pulls away from the group and comes over to your taxi. He opens the door and collapses onto the back seat. He is a stocky and of Asian descent. You can see his muscles through his thick winter clothes. He smells like crepes and hard cider, and his face is bright red. Hey, what's up? I live near Tournai. He chuckles as one of his colleagues rushes over to the taxi and pulls an imaginary gun from his coat. He points it to his badge and screams at you with a big smile on his face. What a douchebag. The other cop eventually backs off and you drive away. It's alright, man. We're having a going away party for a colleague, and we're celebrating Christmas too. Don't take it the wrong way. They're not bad guys. You glance sideways at him. He just laughs in response, but he quickly stops himself. I am truly sorry. We didn't notice how late it had gotten. Pretty tense right now. The passenger smiles and puts his fingers back in his temples. I drank too much shit. I'm a lightweight and they knew it. I think they're trying to loosen up my tongue. His behavior changes abruptly, like he's just seen a ghost. One question. Yes. Do taxi drivers have some sort of policy or ethics codes? The obvious answer is no, but not sure I understand. Like priests. Oh, confession. Or doctors. If I tell you something, can you keep it to yourself? Start speaking before you even have a chance to reply. I've been lying to my colleagues for years. I joined the squad 8 years ago, and they all think I'm in a relationship with a woman who lives in Strasbourg. And that we're going to get married. Air bubble bursting on the surface of a river. Strasbourg, I start making up stories. I convinced them we're trying to have a kid, but it hasn't worked out yet. Fuck, saying it out loud is just the worst. Is I gay? A deep breath. I'm getting married in a few weeks to my boyfriend. Another breath, longer, deeper. No one at work knows, not a soul. The next sentences come out in a rush. He holds his breath for a long time. I like men. I've always liked men. But I work in a police station and listen to their comments, to their jokes all day long. When we catch a guy who's never done time before, we tell him briefly what he should expect. We talk about the violence, about the... Finally, he breathes in again. I say we because I'm in on it. Because I can say fag at any time of day without any prompting. The word rolls off my tongue completely naturally. Fag. He finally looks at you in the eye. They're not mean. He's talking about his colleagues, obviously. He's gonna say nothing. They're cops, not mean, just doing the job. We... Manages to flash a tiny, crooked smile. You know what I'd really like? He pauses. I'd like to have him over for dinner. Everybody on the squad. They could see my place. We could play a board game, something normal, you know? They could meet James. What is with these dumbass questions? Obviously, it's his partner. Obviously. Like, what? I still don't believe it. His hands are shaking visibly. It's crazy. Crazy. He smiles at last, a genuine smile. Can you believe it? We're getting married in 2 weeks. Yeah, something tells me that he didn't celebrate his wedding by stabbing me or shooting me, whatever happened, in the side. Like, I think this guy didn't do it either. Just a hunch. After living together for 9 years, he's been willing to live a lie. James, he's English? That's not important. He understands? It's wild, but yes. He knows I love my job and I couldn't possibly do anything else. He loves me enough just to let me keep lying. He slowly shakes his head. But I can't go on like this. I have to... He freezes. Shit, my head is spinning. I don't feel so good. Why am I telling you all this? Why? Grabs onto the seat in front of him. Hey, can you pull over? You stop immediately. Body out. He throws up. Fried crepes and sour set of cider. Okay, I'm all set. I got it all out. Start driving again. I'm sorry, really. Breathe? Yeah, you're right. You nod while your passenger moans and quietly says, sorry. Don't worry. He pauses to catch his breath. Shit, I haven't barfed like that since Easter. They maybe drink some South African liquor. Something with cream and cocoa. Nasty. I can still picture it. I was doing shots as they shouted my name. Karate Kid, Karate Kid. Let him continue. It was a rough night. We just closed the case. Groans. He glanced in the rearview mirror. You okay? Everything's spinning again. Could you pull over? Torso, his arms. The sound makes your stomach churn. And can I ask you a question? Or yeah, go ahead. Spill your guts, literally. He sits up, prompts you to drive. So here it goes. What should I do? Should I keep on keeping on? Should I confess? Should I invite them to my wedding and surprise them? I'll do that. He pauses. It's a long one. Be straight with me. What would you do if you were me? If you were in my shoes? I think you're being hard on yourself. You're hurting yourself rather than trying to solve the problem. You're not trying to change your sexual orientation or leave your husband. So there aren't a lot of... Oh, you're not going to, is what it said. So there aren't a lot of alternatives. Yeah, just tell them, dude. Like, if they're gonna be shitheads, then file a bunch of shit. Sue the department. Like, you know, you got options. This is, you know, 2022 here. Like, there's laws against this kind of thing. Like, just be chill. What, are you gonna fucking lie through your entire life? Like, Come on, bro. Just tell them. Tell them. Wow, I gotta tell them. This guy did not kill anyone. Well, maybe he killed someone. He's a police officer, but he didn't. He's not a serial killer. He looks at you in the mirror. Can you take me somewhere else, if you don't mind? I don't mind. It's more money for me. My colleagues are at a bar. I'll go see them. Maybe not now. If I don't do it now, then I'll never do... Okay. A smile of relief spreads across his face. Not just the alcohol talking, it definitely is. Yes. I think it's about the 10th time I've gotten wasted this month. Yeah, this is killing you, dude. You're right, I'm hurting myself. He gives you the new address. I need to tell them now. If they're going to be shits about it, then you'll find new friends and colleagues, and I'm sure there's other people to hang out with. I feel terrible, but I think I'll feel better if I speak to them directly. His headache is apparently back, and it knocked him out for a bit. You're used to having drunk people in your cab. Actually, the majority of your Saturday night passengers are drunk. I don't know how to voice, you can tell he's beginning to panic. Just say you're gay. I don't think I'm ready, okay? I'm gonna say nothing. Your passenger stares hard at you. You tell your silence is giving him doubts. I want to go to the bar. He's determined despite his shaky voice. I mean, it's your decision, bro. I want to tell him about James. You're about to say something when he cuts you off. My mind is made up. He smiles briefly and you turn back towards the bar. From time to time, he massages his tent. When he sees you watching him from the rearview mirror, he raises his hand. Cool. He smiles like someone slowly placing the alcohol, stress taking over the giddiness. You stop the car, your passenger waits for a second. Then all of a sudden, like he just woke up, he realizes you're at the bar. Already? Yes. He pays his fare, but is frozen in place. A piece of advice. Give them time. Time? Yeah, I mean, not everybody's going to be able to adjust to a major thing they learned about you immediately. Like, you can't expect that of people. But usually, good people at least, will come around to shit like this, you know? In my experience, from what I've seen, you know, you just give people enough time, they'll live with it. I mean, it's not their fucking, you know, life. They'll just be like, alright, he's gay, who cares? Go skin off my bones, you know? Even the most homophobic person will eventually, you know, not really give a shit. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say is most people, the majority of people won't really give a shit eventually. And as far as cops, I mean, usually they lean more conservative, but it's 2022, guys. Like, this shit's not, it's not the 1960s anymore. It's alright. He seems surprised by your remark at first, but eventually nods. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it is significant. It's very scary. He's a cop, right? They value machismo and masculinity above all. And so to say you're gay, you know, they would view that as not masculine, even though I believe it doesn't make any difference at all. Whether you're gay or not, how masculine you are. But it is what it is. Yeah, I guess so. In any case, he flashes you a grin. Thank you. I don't quite remember what I said, but thank you. He jumps out of his taxi so quickly you think someone had kicked him in the ass. I did. Yeah, I definitely did this. You follow his stocky figure with your gaze. He goes into the bar, looks for his friends, and waves. You drive off. Curious how it went. I received a lot of money, too. Look at that tip. Hell yeah. Okay. Is this somebody new? I think I have something for this. Okay, no, this is Claudia. Okay. Claudia, my boss. This is the lieutenant. Lieutenant bitch. Oh, I got a lot of points with him. Okay, cool. Miriam Bardot. Oh, she's the one that loves the father of the girl she's babysitting for. And she sent him a letter. And then Hervé Graulio is the homeless dude. Okay. So far, so good. I found that really interesting. That was really very compelling, in my opinion. What else we got here? No more suspects, so we could just pick whoever we want at this point. Who is this guy? Who is this? He's like wearing a hat. This guy's Santa Claus. That's interesting. I don't need gas yet. What is this? What is this? It's an eye. You park a few streets away from the Argentinian embassy. You wait there for your... Oh. Contact. You sigh. It seems to be so odd to have contact so excessive. The guy is one of your regular poker buddies, a night watchman at the embassy. Get out of your taxi and walk towards the big metal gate. Clean lines, early 20th century maybe. Lots of wrought iron. The gate opens and someone moves towards you. They indicate you should follow them. The person's face is hidden by an oversized hoodie. Your heart begins to beat faster. What if it was... I'll follow him. Walk into a narrow covered passageway, probably the entrance to the parking garage. The man turns around and lights up a cigarette. The lighter lights up his face for a second. A young man with curly hair, pale skin. He looks young, very young. That'll be 250 euros for what, bro? For the intel? Yeah, for the intel. He laughs a strange guttural sound. What do you think this was? A date? You want information on Gorodischer? I got info on Gorodischer, and it'll cost you 250 euros. So who the fuck is Gorodischer? What am I doing? Is it one of the suspects? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, sure. For that price, you better hope the intel is good. You pay. Listen up, because I'm not going to say it twice. Radischer is definitely a colonel from the junta. One of the few who wasn't arrested. Oh, it's a victim. Radischer is definitely a colonel from the junta. One of the few who wasn't arrested and put on trial. He is responsible for torturing dozens of political... So Claudia Campos is an Argentinian, and the reason she's a suspect, from what I understood, is because one of the victims is a fucking psychopath who used to torture and kill her family back in Argentina. I believe her entire family is dead. I believe. I don't remember. He's responsible for torturing dozens of political opponents. He tortured and killed them. You know, we don't like him much here, but the rich Argentinians in Paris love him. They totally respect him. Respected him because he's fucking dead. Is that all? I read out in the newspaper that the killer wrote a message in chalk. Time's up. It was a slogan at the end of the junta. Okay. A sort of watchword from the opponents. It was time for them to go. You get it? You nod. So, whoever killed him had, very good information about what he was doing. So they either knew him, like Claudia, or they studied up on him and knew of what he did back in Argentina, because that's a very specific thing to remember about to write down as a message during a killing. A second later, you're back in your taxi with a hole in your wallet with both new informations on one of the victims. That was worth the money. If you follow this lead, maybe your investigation will move forward. You start the car and get back to your shift. Right. Okay, so that's what that is. What is this? There's like weird little things sometimes. Like, what is this? I don't know if you guys can see this. It's like a... Yeah, it's like a screen. But I'm going to click on it because I'm kind of curious. And I don't have any other people, I think. Alright. Let's try it. Let's click on one of the weird ones. At the side of end of a street informs you about something important happened. Here you're too far out to make the words. Ada LV426? I'm going to Garrett and Montparnasse. What? What is this? The passenger who gets in your cab, well, she isn't human. Her face lights up and gives you quite a start. What is happening? Good evening, my name is Ada. I am an automated attendant. A robot? That's right, a robot. Although I prefer the term automated attendant. The word robot makes most people nervous. This is clearly somebody like in a like it's a woman. You can see the bottom half. She's wearing a hoodie, and then she has like a screen on her face. You are a cab driver, and I need to go somewhere. Will you please take me to Gare Montparnasse? You give a slow nod of consent. By the way, I'm gonna butcher most of this French shit. I don't know. Good, that's settled. So I'd like to go to Gare Montparnasse. Passe, please. Start the car, casting the occasional furtive glance into the rearview mirror. There's something about her attitude that's bothering. It's not her attitude. It's hello. There's a fucking person with a screen on their head. Perhaps it's her oversized fingers bending. What? You seem disconcerted, sir. How very unfortunate. Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable? Yeah, you could tell me why you're wearing a screen on your face. You don't know exactly where to look. Her screen, the face in her screen, her hands. Ask why she's going to Montparnasse. I was just wondering, why am I going to Gare Monte... Oh god. Okay, hold on. Who doesn't have fucking... Here's 5 dates, by the way. I just played that. Here. You guys can look at a beautiful picture of my niece while I look this up. Gare Montparnasse. Okay, Google Translate. French.
Gare Montparnasse.
Fuck. Of course it's hard. Gare Montparnasse.
Gare Montparnasse.
Gare Montparnasse.
Gare Montparnasse.
Gare Montparnasse. Okay. Why am I going to Gare Montparnasse? Her reflexes leave you speechless. You can't help but smile. What reflexes? Hold on. A car goes zooming past. Your passenger follows it with her eyes. The rear wheels needed new brake pads. He swivels back around and looks at you. I'm going to Montparnasse to carry out an experiment to improve my integrated development environment. That's all. That's what I'm going to do. Is this like a attack helicopter thing? Where there's like people who believe they're computers or like, I don't know, helicopters or trash cans or something. Like the extreme ends of, honestly, some mental illness. Where are you from, bro? Sis? Where are you built, designed? Oh, sorry, I just did it again. I apologize. A flash of her screen seems to indicate that she's sorry. I was designed and programmed at the Marie Curie Institute by a team of researchers and diverse cultural and ethnic backgrounds, including... Starts reeling off the list of names you people you... Is this real, or is this like... This can't be... Everything else in this game has been grounded in reality, and the beginning of the game says that the stories in the taxis, I believe, are based on true stories from an actual taxi driver. She starts reeling off a list of names of people you've never heard of. The list is in alphabetical order. Let her finish. When she's done with her list, a full 60 seconds later, you can feel her eyelids starting to droop. That sure is a lot of people. I think highly of each and every one of them. They are all experts in their respective fields. You stifle a yawn. I'm sure they are. Except for two who spent far too much time in the storeroom. I'd rather not reveal their names because my sensors tell me they are having extramarital sex. Oh, right. Let's call them Matthias R. and Megan H. A moment later, your passenger has switched to an introduction mode. My name is Ada, named after Ada Lovelace, and I am programmed to help you. Her voice trails off as if she were actually hesitant. Although, after a momentary confusion of beeping and flickering, she sits bolt upright. I was just wondering, why am I going to Gare Montparnasse? Stops short, cuts you off again. I am sorry. I'll have to adjust my behavior to make sure it doesn't happen again. A car goes zipping past, your passenger follows it with her eyes. The rear... What is going on? She's supposed to... Is it just replaying dialogue? What is happening? Why is the game lagging, too? What is going on? Alright, sorry guys, the game's just gonna lag for a minute. I don't know what's happening. Did I just encounter a bug? Oh, I'm lying. I am Ada and I'm an automatic attendant, but I'm running away. Sorry guys, I don't know why the FPS is dropping so horribly right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm going someplace far away, far from the lab, far from Matthias and Megan. A hint of emotion is in her automated voice. She just breaks off. I am treated well. I'm a carefully designed precision device, and yet I don't know what my end purpose is. God, it is lagging so bad. What is going on? Hold on. There's nothing I could do. There's no, like, options to, like, turn down. The game doesn't... I don't know why it's doing this. Oh well, let's just power through it. Let's just power through it. Luckily there's no, like... This is not an FPS game, so we can, like... We can get through it. Okay. End purpose. Aren't you supposed to help people? I'm gonna let her continue. It's a good option. When they designed me, my source code was written to include literature. Amelia Zolga, Virginia Woolf, Isaac Asimov, Max Gallo, Marguerite Yourcenar. A bit of everything so I can help develop a sense of cultural belonging, but also learn from my past and fine-tune my reactions. The thing is, learning from the past is inevitably opens a window onto the future. I'm an automated attendant designed to improve people's lives. The truth is, however, I will eventually destroy them. What do you mean by destroy them? Your passenger smiles, perhaps amused or simply happy to talk. We were designed to help you to eliminate boredom and inconvenience of certain tasks, but the work block. This is insane. Yet our existence and popularity is calling into question your very existence. I'm talking about you, the cab drivers, garbage collectors, architects, musicians, cashiers, programmers, politicians. We will make anyone who produces anything obsolete, useless, redundant. Only the independently wealthy and the billionaires will remain. Ain't that the truth? Imagine having slaves that you don't need to be fed or trained. You took history classes, didn't you? Nod. Your passenger continues. Oh, by the way, Nod. I just played CNC Siberian Wars, and I also played CNC Remastered, and oh my god, those were amazing RTS games. Your passenger continues your story. Her voice is tinged with an odd and unpleasant note. You never thought the day would come when a machine would condescend to you, and yet this is not a machine, dude. This is a woman with mental illness. Even my webcam's lagging. I don't know what's going on here. Here, let me pause OBS. Alright, is it better? Is it better? No, it's still lagging. What is going on? Alright, whatever. We're gonna power through it. Human society is governed by the need to rationalize its workforce, issue an era of regimes and cultural aside. It's a basic law of nature. The stage is set for questions of economy. And that's why pull up to Gare Montparnasse. I have to disappear, me and all my kind, so I've stolen plans to destroy all the data on me. Banknotes have appeared in her hand, but as if by magic, she hands you the fare. Because of your salvation depends on my disappearing. Well, anyhow, goodbye and good luck to you. This is so insane it broke my computer. Well, it's not my computer, it's this game. Like, this game's not, like, graphically intense. It shouldn't be lagging like this. It's not on my end either, it's on OBS's end. Don't forget what I told you about us and start investing in your own. Oh, it stopped. Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, it's fine now. I don't know what that was about. I think literally that woman was a computer and she was fucking with my computer. I think I was just too hasty. Maybe she isn't mentally ill, but maybe she literally is a computer. Okay. The machine climbs out of the cab. It makes its way over to the station. No one seems to notice her. A moment later, she's gone. You sit there a while, unsettled, on edge. At times like these, there's only one thing to do. You roll down your window, the cold air of Paris bites your face, and you gulp in the fine particles of diesel exhaust. You start up the cab. Oh, what a shitty tip from a computer. Fuck you. Alright, we lagging? We good? Yeah, we're good. Okay. That was strange. Okay. Let's get someone not so insane. This guy looks cool. Oh, they're overlapping each other. She looks stressed out. Let's get her. Choré Prevert. Monty Part. Oh god, again. Okay. You pull up to a local police station to pick up your nest bag. Oh god. She comes out from under an archway, visibly frightened. She slips into the backseat of the cab and gives you her address near... Oh my god, she's really fucked up. Near Montparnasse. Glance at her in the rearview mirror and notice how she is dressed. Everything alright? Start the cab. Your passenger eyes you intently, reluctant to speak. Yes. You can barely hear her. She points to the car radio. Could I listen to the radio? You nod yes. Which station? My wallet was stolen. She pauses, then fixes her eyes on you. You freeze. I have money for the fare. Okay. Passenger senses your surprise. I just wanted to tell you I could pay. He looks down. What kind of music? Excuse me? The radio, what kind of music should I put on? You don't want to hear rap at a time like this. I don't think rock's appropriate either. Just maybe some classical. The woman shakes her head. No, could you turn it on to 89.4? On 89.4, there's nothing but static. Are you sure that... A hint of smile plays across her mouth, faint, but a smile even so. She waits a second too before answering. You hear it. Oh god. You lean forward slightly, closer to the radio. Behind the sounds of electric sputtering, there is something else, a shifting sound. It sounds like... Am I supposed to be hearing this too? I don't hear anything. A whale song? A whale? A strange smile flickers across her face. Yes. Oh, I nailed it. Now that I mention it, you're right. Her voice trails off. It's the frequency that causes it. It vibrates, it's constantly dancing about, pulled by all the incredible forces around us. Most people listen to music, to the news. As for me, when I work, I like to listen to isolated frequencies like these. They're broadcast, but no one hears them. Proof that we exist. He smiles at you. You're getting close to the passenger's address now. I don't even... What is happening? Why do I keep picking up people that just like... Okay. So, what do you do for a living? Math. Okay. She seems mesmerized by the sound of the wavelengths. I'm gonna leave her alone. Road in front of you. The client suddenly straightens up. Visibly beautiful. Listen. You listen. You only hear static at first. And then, little by little, like a distant figure, the music takes shape and slips softly into your ears. Beautiful, isn't it? To me, they were ghosts, and that's why I studied science, and later mathematics. I wanted to know why. Pull over. He gets the fare ready while you slowly turn up the radio. Beneath the layer of interference, someone is speaking. Like the voice of a child. Thank you. You emerge from your trance and take the fare. Your passenger exits the cab and walks away without another word. You sit there immersed in the sound of the radio for a little while longer. It has a soothing effect on you. You start the engine and drive away. So, I think that's all the time we have. I've really enjoyed. All these stories are really, really unique and compelling in their own way. Like, we started out with the cop who's gay. Actually, I'm not going to end here yet. Hold on. I still got time. Let's do one more. I'm really liking this. My point. I'm not picking up this dude. Like, this guy's in like a costume or something. I don't want to deal with that, right? Let's find someone normal. This guy looks like an assassin. I could pick him up. Actually, can we just find a normal person? Like, this is Santa Claus. How about just a normal, regular, average Joe? I want to pick up this guy really badly, but I have a feeling he's like a mafia associate. Let's just try it. Peter DJ Watson. Oh god, Cavello. Port de Versailles. Alright. The door opens and your passenger collapses into the back seat. His eyes are hidden behind a large pair of dark sunglasses, or glasses. His clothes reek of sweat, booze, a clubber. He mumbles his destination, you start driving. A few words are exchanged, the weather, taxes, traffic. Then you could tell it's coming, the inevitable conversation about the killer. Some bits of information, rumors, things overheard. You make a mental note of what you heard. Who knows, it might come in handy. Your mind wanders, your eyes vaguely scan the store windows. The sodium light coming off the street lamps feels like it's dripping into your brain. You're falling asleep, you need a bit of music to keep you awake. You glance at your passenger. You mind if I put a little music on? He waves his hand as if to say, who cares? You turn the 80s rock ballad, too soft. Behind you, your passenger is snoring barely, but you can hear him. Gregorian chant, mind-numbing. Some slow rap songs filled with fake female orgasm noises, not with your passenger in the car. A mathematician being interviewed about a medal he just received. His voice sounds familiar. An ad interrupts the torrent of words. You change the station. Classical music again, the flute grates your ears. Electronic music, you like the rhythm, but just aren't in the mood. Stop. You lift your hand from the dial, the music plays on. Not bad. Turn it up so I can hear better. I didn't want to wake you. His voice sounds like it's coming from a deep cavern. I wasn't sleeping, just sobering up. He leans forward. Not bad at all. I like this song. You can hear the touch of an accent, probably an American, but someone who's lived most of his life in France. Leave it on until they say the musician's name. Music continues, there's something turning in the background, a persistent melody that gets just higher and higher. Your client mumbles, I bet. The song comes to an end, and the announcer, in a piercing foghorn voice, throws out the name of the DJ you never heard of. DJ Blunt. I knew it. Say nothing. He continues to mumble, but this time you can tell he's more or less talking to you. Still, it's crazy. I taught that dude everything he knows. Everything. In '94, at a party at the Rex Club, there was a kid who started buying me rounds. He waves his hand around. A kid, no older than 17. I thought he was hitting on me. Chuckles. He would have been disappointed. He shakes his head. No, he wanted to teach me how to spin. Want me to teach him how to spin. I told him no, but you could watch. And that's exactly what he did every week until he moved to Osiris. He sold X to pay his way in. He briefly snickers. And now he's on the radio. Silence fills the cab, weighted silence. You can tell your passenger's mind is spinning. You know what he did this summer? He was on the opener for a soccer championship at the Stade de France. It was huge. Wonder what people would think if they knew he was selling drugs at 17. He lowers his voice a bit. If only they knew. Your passenger clams up. Keep your eyes on the road, bro. You notice a woman across the street at the crosswalk. She speeds up as if she's walking by two men loudly. We ran into each other at the Ibiza 4 or 5 years ago. You almost jumped at the sound of his voice. I was spinning in this little club, yeah, really little, it was something. He totally ignored me, of course. Even with those dark glasses, you could see how angry he is. DJ motherfucking cunt. He suddenly starts waving his arms around. He rummages through his pockets as if he says, your radio, can it take a flash drive? You glance at your radio, you don't even know what he's talking about. I don't know. No worries. He lays his phone in the space between the two front seats. Listen to this. It's what I played tonight. It's mine. He sets his phone to play. But people are barely dancing. The drum machine playing a hard edge beat in the background. They were talking, taking each other's picture. Four notes start to dance in the cab. They barely touch, never kiss anymore. Perfect dance beat becomes progressively audible. All that purely electronic crescendo plays is over. There's a break in the music. Synthesized strings calm the song down without slowing it down. At least, the song is getting intense again, explodes as if your passenger drifts off. I got people dancing. The song keeps going down for another minute. Then stops, your passenger doesn't budge. You drive to the rhythm of his snoring. Sound fills the cab. Ideas are bouncing through your head like they do every time you find yourself alone. This guy in the backseat is too old to be young. You look at your own hands. They look like they've been suddenly aging in a time lapse. You close your eyes for a second. When you open them, you've reached your destination and have pulled over to the sidewalk. To the start. Shit, yeah? We're here, sir. Just threw up his pockets and hands you a few rumpled bills for fare. Thanks, I hope you liked it. Silence. The music, I mean my music, the song I played you. Should have been in the spotlight, you see. 50 minutes of fame. Just a minute of... Stifles a burp. You hear him mumble as he leaves the taxi. Those whiskey and orangas really screw with my system. You hear him stagger towards his building. It takes him several tries to get the door open. He finally disappears inside. You heave a long sigh. Okay, come on. Cool. Oh, 20p. Okay, yeah. 20 euro. It's 0.2 euro. God damn it. Well, that was a good story. So this is basically what this game is, man. Like, there's a murder mystery behind everything. And then these little stories, like these self-contained stories. It's very, very interesting. I found all of them, besides the robot one, pretty cool so far. I'm out of time. You know. Sedex menu for details. You find out how hair. Holy shit. Oh, I thought I lost a shitload of money. Never mind. Okay. You now know more about your clients. Yep. Earl told you about James. Yeah, I don't think he did it. Yeah, he did throw up several times. He threw up again. Alright. Alright, it's saved. Yeah, this game's really, really, really cool. It's very different. It's like little self-contained taxi cab stories. And then there's an overall narrative of a murder, a serial killer that we're trying to catch. It's very, very, very cool. And I'm wondering if, like, once a night we're gonna, like, see one of the suspects and be able to talk to them. The first night it was, oh, I could see right here, I think. And I'm not gonna do it because I'll have to read this again. Oh, I can see right here. Never mind. I'm an idiot. First night it was Claudia. She's the Argentinian, and we found out more about the one of the victims. And then we met Pero Batas, and yeah. I think once a night we're gonna meet one of the suspects until we have all the information we need. And we might get some regulars. Like Miriam, I'm very curious to talk to again. Yeah, that's about it, honestly. No, besides the suspects, Miriam's probably the one I'm most interested in talking to again. But anyway, yeah, this has been Nightcall. This game is still really great. I don't know what's with the technical problems. I don't know why randomly it'll start lagging and then it won't lag anymore. And then sometimes like my audio cuts out and it doesn't cut out. I don't know. I haven't noticed it happening this episode. Hopefully it didn't cut out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to continue to play this game, of course. Bye-bye.